Wow, it's been a year already. I cannot believe that we're at 1 year of RefinedVA starting. RefinedVA started all because of two friends that reached out and asked for help with getting a virtual assistant. Since they were my friends, I told them that I would help them for free, but they insisted on paying me some way, shape, or form. And so I decided to create a structure so that they could pay me and I could, make some money off of helping them find the VAs. And immediately, one of them referred me to another person that I knew, but not as well as them. And so within 3 weeks, I had 3 clients and 4 virtual assistants placed. And I realized just how powerful helping people find talent, especially remote talent, can be. And that's why I decided to start RefinedVA, helping people be able to find virtual talent to allow them to get their time back, to be able to focus more on their business, to be able to grow that business. And over the year, things have just completely changed for the business. I started out, of course, it was just me. So talking with the client, my friends to start out with, about what is it that you're looking for? Who do you need? And then literally going and doing interviews. And it wasn't pretty. We were literally doing interviews together. So what I did was I would go post a job and I would find the virtual assistants. And we literally would just say, here's the resumes. Who do you want to interview? And then we interviewed them together. So first time interviewing, it was just us together. It was sloppy, it was messy, but it worked for the moment. And really looking back on this was really just a terrible way of bringing in talent for other people rather than actually focusing on trying to figure out who's actually good talent, because you can look at their resume and see one thing, but interviewing them is another. And we had a couple interviews where it was super awkward. And I realized then and there that I didn't need to have my clients seeing those people. But I also realized that I couldn't be doing all these interviews while trying to sell people, while trying to get clients onboarded and all of this. And so I had to find somebody to help out with that. And so that's actually where I had this mindset of I needed to hire somebody for where I wanted to be rather than where I was at now. Yes, I didn't necessarily need somebody in-house to recruit, but I knew if I didn't hire that person now, I would get swamped by more people coming to me and I wouldn't be able to fulfill our services as well as try and sell the next person on the vision of how a virtual assistant could help them in their business. And so I had to hire a recruiter, and that was Kiara. And she turned into something more than I even expected, because she started picking up a bunch of HR topics. She helped me out with contracts. I didn't even have contracts to start. It was just like, hey, we're going to agree that you're going to pay me and I'm going to bill you. And it started out with every 4 weeks, which really got sloppy. And there would be, after about every 3 months, there was this whole second payment that you made to me in 1 month. And it made it really hard for our initial clients to be able to deal with that. So I switched to monthly pretty quickly instead of every 4 weeks, which I thought was pretty straightforward. But going back to Kiara, she really helped me be able to create contracts, really create some systems and a lot of structure that I didn't necessarily have with this business. And as we were building the business, I realized that we needed more help with video content, with social media management. And so we ended up hiring in somebody who would focus in just on video editing. So we ended up hiring 2 people, because as I had another client, they were interested in some video project work also. And so I ended up not only hiring 1 video editor, but I hired 2, because one was going to be in-house doing video editing for us, and the second one was going to be doing project-based video editing. Now, that didn't really kind of take off. They've still done some here and there as we picked up some projects along the way, but that video editor has turned into just our short form video content. Nats being the one that's doing that, or Renato as you may see, but he goes by Nats, and he's been a rock star at all our short form video content. Rona was the other editor, and the reason why I wanted her to be in-house is because I wanted to be able to get better YouTube content, and I felt that she was going to be better at that, and she's still rocking away at doing our YouTube content and and our podcast content as well. So all of our long form content, essentially, Rona does that, helping out with scripts and so much more. And we've had a few other hires along the year internally that just really haven't worked out. Some that have worked out really well, obviously, Nats, Rona, Kiara, and Arnell, who I haven't mentioned. Arnell has been doing our social media content, and as I'm recording this, we're working on somebody new for our social media content because Arnell is stepping in to be our training academy manager. So he's going to focus in on our whole training academy, which kind of gets us full circle to where we're at today, is that we are launching a training academy 1 year in, and we realized that we needed to have a training academy to help out with our recruiting process as well as help our clients out to have better people. Because throughout the year, we've had issues where it's a great interview, the resume looks great, the interview goes well, the person does well for the first 2-3 weeks, two to 3 months, and then all of a sudden they fall off a cliff. Like, they just don't do well. And so we realized we needed to have a way to be able to continually train the VAs and keep them around so we can see what's going on. Kiara also helps out a lot with this, and Rona with an H also is coming in to help out with recruiting, help out with client and virtual assistant contact points also, which is part of what Kiara's been doing. But Rona with an H is also coming in to do that. And I say that because we got Rona the video editor and Rona the HR recruiter also.
That man's an imposter. That man is the imposter.
And one's without an H, one's with an H. But the VA Training Academy will be able to help us get more qualified candidates for our clients. And that's really the next evolution over this next year that we'll really see a huge change in the business. And we've learned so much about virtual assistants, about how to hire right, about how to make sure that we get clients that are going to be ones that want to stick around. Because we've had a lot of clients as well that get interested, or I shouldn't say clients, we get a lot of prospects that say they're interested, but really they just want to pay somebody $2 an hour, and they don't really care about the services that we provide. And so we've really understood what the clientele is and who the clientele is that we're trying to go after, and we're continuing to push forward with that and service our clients that we currently have as well as those future clients. And speaking of clients, for those of you that are clients that have supported us along the way by becoming one of our first clients within the first year, but also those referral partners that we have out there, we truly appreciate all that you've done for us, all that you've done to make this business into a business, something that will continue to grow. We will continue to serve you. We're thankful for all of our referral partners who give us leads as well. Some that have converted, some have not, but that's okay. We've had clients come and clients go over the year. It's been a crazy year, but we are excited for the future. I know with all businesses, it's typically year 3 where things start to really change. And this first year was challenging, but I can already see that 1 year in, we're starting to get recognition. And our plan is to dominate the market with virtual assistants, even with AI being a topic that's coming up, that's taking away some of the market share that we have. But we understand that human touch is the ultimate thing that is needed. And so if you've been thinking about getting a virtual assistant or maybe AI, let's have a conversation, because I can tell you firsthand that a virtual assistant is going to help you so much more than AI. AI has its place for sure, but a virtual assistant on your team is a power move for you. And so if you're ready to make that power move by getting a virtual assistant, let's talk.